Hello, 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 and welcome back, all of my beautiful friends from the internet. I appreciate whoever happens to be listening to this podcast, whether that be morning, evening, or night. So, welcome to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, remember to comment, and subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please leave us a rating, and also please leave us a review. If you actually want to answer this week's Reddit question, you can go and listen on Spotify, and in Spotify, if you click the description, underneath the description should be a white icon that says reply, and you can type in your response, and I will read that out on the next week's following episode. And just as a note, you will be notified when your response is published. So with that all out of the way, folks, I want to just congratulate you on living another week and just surviving. It's a treacherous world out there, folks. So surviving is difficult. So, and I hope that this podcast can be an outlet to keep your survival experience a little bit more uplifting, take you out of that funk you might be in, because we all get in a funk. I mean, it's a summertime, so hopefully, people are enjoying their summer. I really hope that that's the case for most people, or if not everybody enjoying this podcast. So without further ado, why don't we hop in? So we are going to begin with reading off responses from last week's episode. And guys, my friends, my beautiful friends, okay? I feel like Donald Trump when I'm saying this. Guys, my beautiful friends, so beautiful, so great. My amazing friends from the internet. No, sorry. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much. This week's episode came close to reaching 350 downloads. It might even get pretty close, even closer by the time that this episode releases, because I'm recording this on Monday, so I won't see what the actual numbers are to tell you until the next, till next week's episode. But to say that we had a 350 episode download week is just unbelievable. Like that is so crazy. I can't believe that 350 people in 1 week, or all close to it, downloaded the episode and listened to it. It's awe-inspiring. I can't thank you all enough. I'm hoping you're enjoying the content. And remember, you can always comment on my YouTube channel at Reddit Asks Us, or just comment under the reply for an episode if there's things that you like about the episode, if there's things you don't like, how I can improve it potentially, just anything. Any feedback is much appreciated, but it's just crazy to see those numbers. So thank you all so much for that. So last week's episode was, let me just check here. How did someone lose their reputation in 5 minutes? So we had 5 responses. That is just absolutely spectacular. So, Phil Savannah, shout out to Phil Savannah. Hope things are going well for you in Georgia. I hooked up with a woman downtown and went back to her place for quote unquote fun. The next morning I saw something that let me know she was married. Taped a note under her toilet seat. Sorry, dude, I didn't know. That's honestly though, like the morality's pushing you in that situation. You did a really good thing, Phil. You did a really good thing because number one, that's actually super smart because only a guy would lift the toilet seat up, right? Unless this guy pees sitting down, in which he might not. He might find it if he's cleaning the bathroom, but she also might find it if she's cleaning the bathroom. So that's it. But also, if they just never look under their toilet seat, just live their whole lives together, he just finally is like, oh my God, I've never lifted up this toilet seat. What the hell? Lifts it up. Your wife cheated on you 20 years ago. Well, what am I going to do now? But yeah, good for you, Phil. That's tough. That definitely loses the reputation for sure. Next one comes from Juniper Afton. When my friend that was pretty popular at school SA'd a girl, she was also in the same friend group. Wow, they both moved away. That's horrible. Yeah, that's definitely gonna lose someone's reputation. Yeah, I lost all respect for somebody in high school when they shared private pictures with people in the school, like share them around. Like they ended up being put on Instagram, and at that point I was like, I have zero, like, you're literally nothing to me. Like, I'm not even gonna just acknowledge your presence. Like, why? Oh, come on, man. Like, what goes into somebody's mind to do something like that? Like, you only do that with the intention of or with the outcome of hurting someone else. That never happens, and someone's just like, I'm famous now. My pictures were shared on Instagram, and now my life is amazing. Like my life has gotten so much better since my private photos were shared online. No one, I don't think anyone has ever said that. I give $100 if you can tell me someone who said that. Don Solo says they got rid of third-party API the way a toddler would and lost the value of their company. LOL, downvote. Yeah, you know what? I'm a very, like, as much as I do the Reddit podcast, I'm a kind of like a little bit more of like a casual Reddit user. Like, I don't use the third-party APIs and stuff, like, and just in case, I'll do a brief explanation. So, just in case those who are listening who don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, i.e. my mom. So, hi mom, if you're listening to this. So basically what Reddit did was they used to allow third-party platforms to access Reddit's content and on their app so that people could basically organize it in a customized way. So it was these like Apollo and Reddit Seeker or something like that. There's a bunch of different third-party apps, but it would basically allow people to access Reddit's content. And this was very popular with people who are desktop users because they can really just go all out with how they organize the page and like what comes up, what they want to see, how they interact, and it's just a customized interface, really. And basically Reddit said that they are just stopping allowing that. They are not allowing third-party apps to have access, and if they do, they have to pay like a ridiculous amount of money. They'd have to pay close to like, I think it was like $10 million or $12 million like every year just to do that, and they just don't have the money, and it had a lot to do with advertising and stuff, but yeah, that doesn't really affect me because I don't use the third-party Reddit apps. I just don't, so it doesn't really affect me, and I'm more of a casual Reddit user. I use it for fun and just to read stories and, use it for content purposes and just to enjoy myself. I don't necessarily do that, but I can see how a lot of people would be very triggered by that. Next one comes from Bill. Popular kid whipped out his eggplant in the middle of class and thought it would be funny. See, there are schools where that type of humor is funny. I was not participatory in that school, right? I was like, that is not funny to me. I don't get it. Like, it's just what's so funny about it? It's like you're just exposing yourself in front of everybody. Like, oh, like I don't see where the humor is. Like, oh my God, he's doing something that he's absolutely should not be doing. Like, it's like, oh my God, you're a fucking maverick. You're a rebel. You must really hate the system. You must really hate it. They're out to get you. Yeah, you're really showing them. Yeah, whipping your dick out like that. Like, bro, like, really? That's not funny, okay? That's like, I find that type of stuff, like, not, like, sub-humor. It's like, you're just stooping to such a low level to make something funny. Like, actually, if you want to make something funny, just fucking try. Last one comes from Toby. JK, I think you meant JK Rowling. They said JK Reynolds. It could have just been a typo. But JK Rowling made an offensive tweet about transgender people. She lost her reputation after that. The books are still good, though. Never read the Harry Potter books. Not a super big fan of Harry Potter. I mean, it's not that I'm not a fan. I watched those movies as a kid and thought to myself, like, oh yeah, this is just like a good movie. Like, I didn't connect with it in the same way that, like, I connected with Star Wars. I was a huge Star Wars kid, and Indiana Jones and, like, the Lucasfilm stuff. Harry Potter and the wizardry just didn't resonate with me the same way. I still thought they were good movies. They're entertaining. I've never fully watched them all, but I know what they're all about. But yeah, I've heard the books are really good, though. I've heard the books are quite stellar. Anyways, why don't we just move on with today's episode? That was 5 responses, so that's quite a bit. So I really appreciate everybody who responded, and please keep doing it. Please keep doing it. I love it. It's so cool to see you guys reach out. All right, so this week's episode, now that we're 10 minutes into the podcast, this week's episode is what is the stupidest thing you have ever done to try to be cool? Now, I just want to put this out here. If you've never tried to fit in or try to be cool, you're lying. You are just lying to yourself. You need to drop the act, okay? We all know that you did some things, all right? You did some things, okay? You got those markers only because everyone else had those markers and you wanted to fit in. We know it. It might have just been something little like that, but we know you convinced your mom to buy those markers. We've all done things. I was talking about this with somebody today. We just inherently as people want to be liked, right? We just want to be liked. Who doesn't not like being liked? You know, that means you're being a good person. That means people want to be around you if you're being liked. It's not what you should look for validation, but, people like to be liked, and I like to be liked. So that means, just suffice it to say, in roundabout way of me saying, I have done many things to look cool, and then they've been very stupid. Most of mine have probably been hairstyles. I used to have a Bieber flip back in the day, and I remember one day, because my hair flows one way, I was like, oh, I'm going to be super cool. I'm going to flip it the other way today. So I flipped it the other way, and it was so awfully disorienting. I tried to flip it back halfway through the day. I went to the bathroom, and it wouldn't go, and it just looked weird, and I started putting water all in my hair, and it still wouldn't go the other way, and I looked ridiculous, and oh my God, it was just, people must have looked at me like I was like a mirror image of myself or something. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I thought that was cool. But yeah, I've done countless things to try to, be cool. And I wish I could tell more stories about some of the things maybe in high school that I used to do, like when I would go out and, inebriate myself with my friends. But this podcast isn't monetized, and there are just some stories that I don't think I can be as explicit about. But maybe if you guys keep listening and we can grow the listenership, then I'll be able to reveal some of these stories, because I won't have to worry about, getting money and potential job prospects listening to this show. But I have done some very stupid things trying to be cool in high school, and I don't think anyone hasn't. All right, why don't we hop into the first one? So the first one comes from Rock James 77. Wore my pants backwards during the 90s when crisscross was popular. So glad we didn't have social media back then. All I can hear in my head is the guy who's he goes around and he's like, why is the Jumpman doing the splits on those joints? He's like, hold on there, brother, hold on. He's making fun of everybody's shoes. Somebody's gonna do that. He pulls up to you. He's like, hold on. Why you got the pants on backwards, brother? Is it backwards day? Yeah, he's really funny. Maybe I'm not doing the best impression, but that's like when you wear your backpack on the front of your body because you're just like, oh, why do we wear it on the back? And then we realize, why would the fuck do we wear it on the front? Why would we do that? It's weird. I'm going to fall over. That must have been very uncomfortable. And that's the thing, you got to ride it out. You can't just wear your pants normal at lunch. Everyone's going to be like, hey, yo, this guy changed his pants. And be like, no, I didn't. It was always like this. What are you talking about? Stupid. Why don't we just stop talking about it? Yeah, you gotta ride that one out. And then you gotta just feel the shame. Feel the ridicule for that. Reply from Smoothie Fruit. Once I was 5 to 7, I had a pair of pants with little red apples, what turned out to be on the back pockets. I thought surely such fabulous details would be worn in the front so everyone could see. I was about to climb in the truck when my dad started laughing and asked if a monkey dressed me. I cried, LOL. Oh, that's sad. But this is genuine, though. This is genuine. That's not you didn't wear the pants trying to be cool. You just genuinely thought that that's how the pants were worn. So at least the motivation there was real. The motivation was legit. It wasn't like you tried to be all, I'm going to do something different. It was like, oh my God, I love this design. I think these pants are supposed to be worn backwards. And then you just do it. So there you go. That's how trends are created, okay? Ingenuity and out of genuineness. All right, next one comes from Artemis64Z. When I was 8, my sister had all of her friends over, all teenagers, and trying to be cool, I jumped on the trampoline in front of them and told them I'd do a backflip. I'd never done a backflip before, so I landed on my neck, bounced off the trampoline, and broke my wrist. That's bold. That's a bold move. Risking your bodily, integrity to impress some teenagers that's a bold move. All right, you gotta have some courage to do that. That's not an easy move. You went for the risky one, okay? You could have just done the front flip. All right, you could have just went for the easy front flip. All right, everyone can do a front flip. All right, you could have just went for the double bouncy. Everyone knows the double bouncy. It's a classic. Everyone loves it. You could have just asked them to play the crack the egg game, right? This is just classic trampoline activities, right? No. You decided, fuck that shit. I'm going for the win. All right? I'm going to wow these people, even if it means I die. And you were prepared to die. You were prepared to die in this situation. And you ended up breaking your wrist. That's tough. And that's really tough because do you play that off? Like, do you have to be all like your wrist is just snapped and you have to be like, happens all the time. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's just, I wouldn't look at it. I'll just put it behind my back. Oh. If you try, you might happen. It's just totally, it's like, I tripped on the sidewalk and tripped up the stairs. Classic, this happens all the time. It's just, I wouldn't worry about it. Your wrist looks like it's dangling off your bone. Like I can see it sagging it down. Like, you ever seen that Anderson Silva kick clip on YouTube where he kicks the guy on the shin and his foot goes flying like his skin's just a sack and it's just stretching? Yeah, that's kind of what your wrist is looking like right now. Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, honestly, I kind of like it like that. Really, I prefer it like that. It's way more flexible. You might call it broken. I call it flexibility. So I'm going to go cry. Not because of this, but I'm just thinking about really sad things right now. So I'll see you guys later. All right. Monokuma Parade comments and says, at least it wasn't your neck. Yeah, that's very true. All right, next one comes from Mr. Zexon. Cool name. Tanning booths. Had a lady friend that was into those. I only did it like 5 times. I was so dark. The gray hair on my chest was literally glowing. Whew. Yeah, unless, I don't even know, man. Like, if you can pull off a spray tan and it's not, first of all, I don't even know what the fuck is in spray tan, like the chemicals in spray tan. Like, it doesn't sound good for you. I'm just going to say, if I've got a choice between the genuine sun, which we are kind of evolved to, deal with, handle, we know the sun. We know what the sun does, right? You don't want to be out there too long, right? You don't want to damage your skin. You want to wear sunscreen. You can still tan and wear sunscreen, people. Right? I think that's probably better than, just spraying yourself with just a fake imitation, thing. I can't see that being super healthy. I don't know what that shit's made of. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just missing out. Maybe it's like a vitamin, maybe I'm missing like a vitamin plunge because I'm not spray tanning, but yeah, I don't know. Something about the feeling of just, lying down in a spray tan machine just doesn't quite do it for me. It's not an ambition that I'm really striving for. I don't know. Not really my thing. But oh my God, I don't know what the deal is with this, but what's the deal with like bodybuilders and just like copious amounts of spray tan. Like, it's like, maybe if I just go for one more tan, I'm just gonna look that much more jacked. Meanwhile, it's like, you are starting to look like you're putting on blackface. All right? Like, this is starting to look, you went from jacked to racist. You know, you looked like you were, really going from delts to discrimination type of beat, that's kind of what I'm worried about. Your rotator cuff to racializing a minority group. So I think that we should maybe lay off the spray tan before people start to think that you have alternative motives. That you're not just a bodybuilder, you're a bodybuilder with a message. One of those race doesn't exist type of bodybuilders, right? You got a whole, you're using your platform to spread a message per se. Yeah, I don't think I don't think the tide is right for that. All right, I think that's you might be living in the past. I think you got to rethink that whole career path. Don't think it's gonna age well. I really can't. I'm just gonna give you that as a warning. Okay, a little bit of forewarning is that I don't think that look's gonna age super well. But who am I to say that? Well, maybe it's because I'm not racist. Next one comes from Adam Bomb Kelly. Went to a party and chugged 6 Mike's Hard Lemonades and then threw up for several hours. Nobody else at the party was even a little drunk. Oh, God. Oh, no. That is the worst, man. The one time I went to a party with this, and this kid was there, and, like, it wasn't... Oh, my God. This is a weird story, but I was in the 8th grade going into the 9th grade. And there was this kid that I kind of used to hang out with. He was cool. He was into doing some stuff that I wasn't really into doing, but he was just a really nice kid. So we hung around. He never ever asked me or pressured me into doing anything, which is why I really appreciated him and liked him. Because he would kind of do stuff, but he never even asked me once, if I wanted to partake. And we were in grade 8 going into grade 9, and we're hanging out in his garage. We're hanging out with a kid who's like a year or two younger than us, and this kid is just oh my God, wasted on rum and coke. He's in the 7th grade. Okay, this is like a 12-year-old child. All right, he's wasted. It is not that vibe at all. We are all sitting around I've never drank alcohol in my life. I didn't even drink till I was 15, 16 years old. This was down the road for me. I was like, what is happening? And he is just sloppy. There wasn't even many people, maybe less than 10 people there. He's the only one drunk, just falling on people, super loud, 12 years old. And then we're all getting this dude, you need to leave. And then he starts crying. He starts bawling his eyes out like a child, being oh, no one likes me. You guys don't want me here because you don't like me. But it wasn't like I'm not liked. It was babyish. It was no one liked me. Oh, it was so cringe. I can't even oh, it was bad. It was bad. So yeah. I don't want to say that you were that person. That just reminded me of that story, but it's never. I don't think it's ever good to be the only drunk person at a party. All right, and if you're crushing those Mike's Hard Lemonades, then you're gonna feel that. You are 100%. There's no way you're gonna be what did I drink last night? The next morning, you're gonna be I'm never having that again in my entire life. That is, if I smell it, I will die. Yeah. Whew. TB1 guy replies and says, that last sentence makes it so much worse. Yeah. Because, you know what? If people are wasted at a party, it's it is what it is, right? That's just people. But the fact that... Oh, God. Yeah, the fact that you were the only person doing that was just, yeah. That's hard to live that one down. Yeah, that's a tough one. Riff was better too replies and says, reminds me of this kid who would show up to parties / Boy Scout stuff at the local park when I was in elementary school. None of us kids recognized him. Little by little, the parents started to realize that no one knew him. When finally asked, he says he comes to all the park parties. He lived with his grandma during school weeks and would walk across the street and join whatever function was there. His grandma never even knew. Well, that doesn't sound the worst. That doesn't sound too bad. Another Scottorama says, I hear you. I showed up to a party in a cornfield with some classmates. I drank a liter of vodka and a 6-pack of... Okay, you did not drink a liter of vodka. Okay? You would be dead. All right? You would be deceased. You did not drink a liter of vodka and 6-pack of Mikes in an hour. No. They would have been pumping your stomach in the hospital. I don't believe you at all. I remember laying on the ground vomiting and backing away from where I was throwing up. Then I woke up in my car and no one was around, and the bonfire had gone out. Sad things, I was 21 at the time and at a party for a 19-year-old. Oh God. Party for someone who just graduated high school. I was the only one who was legal drinking age, but the one who handled it the most irresponsibly. Man, I do not believe you drank a liter of vodka. I'm sorry, bro, but that's just like, yeah, it reminds me of the time that I was just drinking fucking, I drank a milk jug worth of Captain Morgan, and then I also had 24 beers, and then I also smoked crack, and then I was like, I don't even know, this isn't even relatable. I just was literally fine because I'm just built different. So sorry, actually my story had nothing to do with your story. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, bro, you did not do that. Okay, you did not. This is not happening. All right, you would have been close to killing yourself. This one comes from a deleted user. Got pulled over for playing my car stereo too loud. Took the ticket, turned it back up. Took another ticket, turned it back up, took a third ticket, turned it back up, and I spent the night in jail. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think the cop was just going to be like, I'm just oh, he's been fined. You know, that fine will last him a while. Like, what were you thinking after the third ticket, man? Like, what do you think this is just going to go on forever? Surely he's not going to ticket me again, you know? Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing there? Okay, what's your end goal? Like, I'm gonna really show it to this cop. Third ticket, yeah. Oh, $600 per ticket. Idiot. Jail? Well, you're gonna put me in jail? No, seriously, you're actually gonna put me in jail? No, please, officer, don't. No, officer, don't, please. You can't put me in jail. My mommy will know. My daddy is the one who's paying for the tickets. Oh, no, please don't. Jail, I'm scared. I'm scared of jail. There's people, scary people in jail. I don't want to go there. Please don't. I can't go to jail. Yeah, come on, bro. What were you thinking? What's the... I don't get the mentality there. It's like... yeah, it's just gonna cycle. I think you've got to. That's some other problems you might have to sort out there. And why would you want to lose all that money? Sorry, I'm still stuck on this, guys. But I'm like, why? Like, this is just. I'm utterly confused here. What's the? Yeah, where are we headed? Why? Next one comes from Trailer Park Pepper. Had my mullet cut off, but left a rat tail, and then I had it braided. Ugh. So not only did you have a mullet, which, you know, not a great hairstyle just in general. It's back now. Still not a fan. Still not a fan of the mullet. It's been taken over by the hockey community. Not a huge fan of the hockey community, must say. Not a huge fan. I don't mind hockey itself, the sport, but not a huge fan of the culture. So not only did you have the mullet, but then you just gotta, leave a rat tail. Gotta cut it off, and I'm evolving, guys. Okay, we don't do mullets anymore. Okay, mullets are the thing of the past. It's unprofessional. It's tacky. It's trailer parkish. We're moving past that. Okay, it was a style. Moving on. We got to go for something a little bit more sophisticated. Okay, that's why we're going with the new patent pending rat tail. See, the rat tail is everything you wish the mullet could have been. You know, subtle. Yeah, it's subtle, but it's still in your face. It screams, "Hey, I'm not normal." You know, "Hey, you thought I was normal? Well, check me out." Now you're second guessing. Now you're like, "Whoa, this guy's a cool guy. I thought his hair was normal, but no, he's got a rat tail." So not only that, it's braided. So you had to also top the rat tail with the braided rat tail. So yeah, this is why white people, out of all the people in the world, go bald. All right, white people have the highest prevalence of baldness, and it is because we fucking suck at hairstyles. All of our hairstyles are just corny. And dudes, it's all dudes, right? It's all white men just losing their hair. Because I think God was kind of just like, at that point, he was just like, God was just like, this is fucked up, what you guys are doing. So I'm just gonna, over time, I'm just gonna give you a hairstyle you can't control. See how you like it. There you go. Just pick away at it. Nothing you can do about it. All right? Just now, nope, not gonna happen. Right? You want a rat tail? Well, hard to have a rat tail when there's nothing there. Rat tails also, if I had to guess, rat tails would not look good on like a bald head with hair just on the side. Don't think that that's a good look. You know, the Larry David like strap around the side of your head, the George Costanza strap around the back of your head there. Just doing a little rat tail there. Yeah, let's see how good that looks then. Fucking white people, man. Next one comes from Good Ass Journalist. Tried to strike a Zippo lighter on my quote-unquote stubble. I was about 15. It was just fluffy hair. Ripped a zit out of my face. It looked like I'd been shot. I still have an old clump of scar tissue in my cheek. Reply from El Jefino. I put a glass around my mouth/chin and sucked a vacuum out of it to give myself a big red hickey so I'd look like Homer Simpson. Oh God. Yeah, this is the things that we do to look cool, my friends. The things that we do to look cool. We want to show our friends at 15 that we can strike a Zippo lighter with our stubble, and we end up, defacing ourselves. We end up disfiguring our faces. Which is just, it's not necessarily the intended purpose there, right? So, yeah, not the look you're going for. Next one comes from Snickety Lemon 875. Spilled my drink to hide that I pissed my pants. Was too cool to say I needed a bathroom. Oh no! I just coincidentally pissed all my pants in the bathroom. Oh no! Oh geez! Oh, there's all this piss all over me. Oh no! I mean, it's a drink. I mean, sorry, it's a... there's all this drink all over me. I drinked my pants. I pissed my drink. I drinked my piss. I pissed my pants. Oh, I mean, I drank my pants. I mean, I spilled my drink on my pants that had piss in them. I mean, oh, fuck. I'm really not doing a good job at this. Fuck, I pissed my pants, okay? I fucking pissed my pants, and then I spilled my fucking drink on my pants because I didn't want to make it look like I pissed my pants, and now everybody knows that I pissed my pants, and I can fucking smell the piss in my pants, and fuck, That's a tough one. But that's kind of like a low-key veteran move. Like, I'm not going to say, okay, I've never pissed my pants from, going out to drink. But, there's been a little couple dribbles, that don't necessarily make it where they're supposed to make it, right? I think every guy can relate, right? It's not, you're just a little bit disoriented, so you happen to just get a couple dribbles, right? Then, when you wash your hands, before you wash them, you kind of wipe them on your pants a little bit, so it looks like you can see some handprints there, like, you just wiped your hands down on your pants. Hopefully you're wearing jeans, so it kind of like fits in with the whole jean look, right? So there you go. That's a secret there. I just dropped some real knowledge on you about being a dude. Edit. Before more of you tell me that it was actually smart, it was not. The problem was that it was November. We were drinking and smoking to hide from our parents. So when I did the quick thinking how to hide my wet pants, I forgot that pee is warm. And it was a cold night. So my pants were kind of steamy. Oh, no. Oh, God. This guy's like, yo, dude. What are your fucking pants write a mixtape or something? What's going on here, bud? Why you standing close to the bonfire? Your pants are, steaming like you just made some goddamn tea in there. What's going on? That's not some tea I want to drink. Not with those tea bags. Balls. It's balls. Just to clarify, it's balls, right? It's just balls. Reply from Best Joe Ever. Really? What about Joe Exotic? Here's a story of the time I pissed my pants in public. I'm pretty sure it was first grade. I was definitely potty trained by this time. I wasn't a bedwetter. I never had accidents. If I needed to hold it for a little while until we got to the bathroom, I was fine. I was solid. Anyway, in my class, there were several boys who would just ask to go to the bathroom, then just to hang out in there, and it was their loophole to get out of class for a while. Classic. That's why they always were like, everyone had to go one at a time. So it was kind of just like no more than like 2 people could go to the bathroom. It was kind of like annoying. One day, to combat it, the teacher made some announcement of how boys weren't allowed to do that anymore. I don't remember what the exact words she used were. I don't know how clear the message was, but what my 6-year-old mind interpreted from what she said was no one is allowed to ask to go to the bathroom anymore. I didn't understand why that was a rule now, and I never brought it up to my parents, but I listened to the rule. Probably a week or 2 later during class, I had to pee extremely bad, but I knew I couldn't ask, so I just sat there silent, trying desperately not to pee. Made it an eternity before I realized I was pissing my pants while sitting at my desk. I then continued to just sit there in my piss, trying to figure out how I would get out of the situation. No one sitting around me has noticed yet. Well, I didn't come up with anything, and we eventually had to get in line to go to the hall outside. Oh, I remember getting in line. Oh, that's weird. It's like it's a fucking military or something. Like, why did we do that? Like, yes, obey me. Get in line. Like, the fuck? Like, what do you want me to fucking march? 21 gun salute? I guess I just kept holding and no one would notice. Eventually, a girl behind me yelled, "Oh my God, Joe peed his pants." It was over. The whole damn class knew. The teacher took me to some room I don't remember to change. My mom had come in. When she got there, she asked why I didn't just go to the bathroom. I explained the rule. Well, obviously, Mom. The teacher finally explained the rule to me and that I could have just asked to go to the bathroom. I got shit about that from classmates until I moved 2 years later. Well, Mom, obviously we're not allowed to go to the bathroom, so what am I going to just bring a piss cup? I'm done with pull-ups, Mom, okay? And I just couldn't hold it, so the teacher obviously said we're not allowed to piss, so I had to piss my pants. Why? What would you do? Okay, Mom, like, I'm not working with a whole lot of options here. I mean, she's the one who banned pissing in the bathroom, which is just like, why do we have the bathrooms anymore? Okay, like, we're just normalizing pissing our pants? No, I think you just misunderstood. You could have asked to go to the bathroom at any point. It's just a miscommunication will be that cost, right? The miscommunication will be the cost of you peeing in the bathroom or just, sitting in that yellow piss in your pants. That's a tough one. All right, next one comes from, in junior high, I wore a hoodie all year. It comes from Old Army 90. In junior high, I wore a hoodie all year because I thought it would make me look gangsta. This included wearing those balmy 90 degrees. This included those balmy 90 plus degrees Texas days. Well, that is in Fahrenheit, and I don't know Fahrenheit, so I'm going to assume that's really hot. This was definitely in the early 2000s. You had a chin strap, mustache type beard going on, wearing backwards hats. You were sagging your blue jeans. You're white. Obviously, you're white. Yeah. You Your hoodie was gray. It was definitely gray for sure. And you had a flip phone. What else? I'm just imagining you in my head. Something tells me you had just really thin eyebrows, and that's just your vibe. You were kind of just the 2000s guy, just sweating all the time, just trying to be that gangsta back in the day. But in reality, you're just a meme now. You're just a meme now. You're Trent. That's your name. You're Trent. Trent's such a gangster. He dresses like such a gangster. What the heck? Yo, what's up, Trent? How are you? Oh, not much. Just being gangster as fuck. Have you guys seen my gray hoodie? I haven't taken it off in 9 months. Yeah, pretty gangster, right? That's how the gangsters do it. They never take off their hoodies. And I'm sagging my blue jeans. Pretty cool. You see these basketball shoes I've got on? Yeah, I don't even play basketball. But I'm a gangster, though. So, don't step on them. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up there for today. Thank you all so much. I know I talked a lot at the beginning of this one, so I figured I'd give you all some extra content. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoy it if you're listening to it on our beautiful Tuesdays or whenever you happen to be listening to the podcast, whether that be morning, evening, or night. Thank you so much for listening to the Reddit Ask Us podcast, the podcast we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. And remember that you can answer this week's episode and have your answer published on Spotify. Just go to the description, click the white icon that says reply, and you will be notified when your response is published. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Reddit Ask Us podcast. I will see y'all next week. Peace out.